Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 21 with the Baltimore Orioles. And we have just completed the All Star break, and we're in a pretty reasonable position. We're in first place, but only by 2 games. 54 wins. We're only the second best team in the AL. But we're in a position that I hoped we would be in at this point, which is we're competing for meaningful playoff opportunities. If we have a look at my manager's office, this is our fourth season, and we're doing quite well. Even if we don't pull off a win this year, there's a good chance that we'll do it next year. I remember trading Cedric Mullins. One of the key parts about out of the park baseball in general, but baseball in particular, you can't treat it like any other sport. The primary purpose of the draft is to build the organization, not just to build your major league team and then maybe a couple of minor league teams. Well, in the case of the NFL, no minor league teams. So that's what smart drafting is. It's not just drafting for somebody who helps your team right now. It's building up a good bunch of players that you can then flip for the pieces you desperately need. Let's do a quick look at our team home screen. Daniel Cabrera's promotion could be big for this team. Everyone's hitting real good now. I dig it. We don't know how Cabrera's going to turn out. I hope he'll turn out to be a quality player, but we genuinely won't know until he actually gets a chance to prove it. Noah Syndergaard is problematic. He's just getting lit up. And this is the one thing that we're never really going to be able to get around. We're going to give up a lot of home runs. I know I've showed this before, but I just want to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about. Park factors. Anything over 1,000 is a tendency in that direction. Anything under 1,000, a tendency against it. We suppress doubles and triples, but we give up home runs. It's just what we do. Especially to right-handed batters. So a guy like Noah Syndergaard, who throws super freaking hard, is either going to strike people out or he's going to give up homers. And he's also has a major drop in strikeout rate from 7.3 to 6.8, and most importantly, a spike in hit rate. He's getting spanked pretty damn consistently. Which is, you know what, that's fine. Now, I need to have a think about what he's going to do. I'm not going to be able to trade Noah Syndergaard. I'm just going to set it out there right now. It's not happening. And I don't think he's dumb enough to opt out. Syndergaard hasn't been... Syndergaard had a very good year with the Mets last year. He hasn't had a great year for us. So the multi-million-dollar question becomes, is Noah Syndergaard going to say, oh, my year with Baltimore was a fluke, I'm going to opt out of my contract? In which case, I can offer him compensation, arbitration, and I'll get a draft pick. Or he won't opt out, and I still got the Mets paying 15% of his salary. So I'm not even eating all of it. It's win-win in every possible conceivable way. Fletcher has only been back for 7 innings. That's not enough of a sample size. We're really struggling for power. And Cabrera won't necessarily fix that. What does our scout think about his power? Above average. So probably hit like 15, 20 homers a year. That's not nothing. Tim Anderson, this is one of the reasons I went out and got him, and the fact that our current shortstops can't hit. Luis Garcia is really developing into a nice, well-rounded player. I can stick him almost anywhere and get a positive performance out of him. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that's probably the greatest strength of this team. It's extremely young, with the exception of Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson's the only player that's 30 or older. And Yasiel Puig, but... Yasiel? Probably Yasiel. I don't think he's coming back. As a one-year flyer, hey, it was worth a shot. And it's not that he hasn't been productive. It's that his one asset, hitting home runs, is the one thing he hasn't done this year. Now, to be fair, it looks like he hasn't really been given a chance to shine in the past. And so, we got plus value, and we paid barely anything for him. One last thing I'd like to do before we advance. Is there anyone I would like to sign for a longer deal? I don't think so. Our biggest problem is going to be we're going to have an awful lot of players getting awfully expensive awfully soon. Which is going to suck. And there's not much we can do to handle it, to be honest with you. Because Rushman's going to get paid. I'm not going to let him Francisco Lindor and just leave the team. He's going to get paid, for sure. Jack Leiter's going to get paid. Daniel Cabrera will probably get paid. It would behoove us to try to sign one of these guys to a longer deal ASAP. But the only reason right now is biting is Rushman. And I can't justify paying $25 million a year to a catcher who's over 30. Which is where he'll be at the end of his contract. No, Jack Leiter just wants a substantial raise. I don't think Leiter's going to be a problem, though. His arbitration demands seem somewhat reasonable. It's Rushman who wants to get paid like a megastar. And he deserves it. But he's going to be pricey. Mountcastle's getting up there, too. We're going to have some tricky decisions to make here in a couple of seasons. One thing we can hope to do, one thing that will benefit us if we make the playoffs this year, we could maybe either get a boost to fan loyalty or especially a boost to market size. That would be our holy grail. Because that'll give us more consistent revenue going forward. We're projected to make a shit ton of money. I also like, by the way, that they've changed the ability to add ticket prices during the season. Like, I'm going to bump up ticket prices by a quarter. Just because I can, and because it does make a difference. Gate revenue, we're projected to earn $32 million, which is a lot. More than we had last year. And the more money we bring in, the more of a chance I'll have to keep the players that we want to keep. Okay. I don't think any of these bonuses are going to kick in. I was even intentionally doing it. Yeah, Edwin Diaz wasn't an all-star this year, was he? Oh, no, he was. So he's going to get paid. That's fine. It's 50 grand, which is, quite frankly, hilarious. Like, 50 grand is a freaking rounding error for a Major League Baseball team. Let's go ahead and advance up to the trading deadline. You've got to be shitting me. What is your major malfunction, Michael Gersh? Aren't you the guy who was my assistant GM? That's a curious question. I genuinely want to find that out. Because I think he was. Front office, personnel. No, okay. But yeah, you're bloody delusional, mate. I'm not going to give you a top pitching prospect for a worst pitching prospect. Okay. Kevin Padlow has decent power and decent plate discipline, which is to his advantage. Doesn't hit for much contact, which is problematic. His statistical track record is actually quite strong. Actually, no, it's not. Like, here's the thing. Clay Fisher's value is to play good defense, but he's a terrible offensive player. No one's disputing that. And this is admittedly getting me a good defensive first baseman. But his minor league record is extremely suspect above. Well, he had a great year in AAA in 2019. And then he's had a couple of good cups of coffee in AA. But when he's come back to AAA, I like what I see. But we don't have a ton of depth at shortstop. Like Daniel Corona Jr. is probably going to be our shortstop of the future when he can start hitting, and for right now, he's not. So I'm not sold on him just yet. Plus, I mean, we got Bobby Wood Jr. sitting here waiting for a chance to crack third base. So, all kidding aside, I don't see the purpose of trading Clay Fisher when I don't have... I mean, I've got Clough, but Clough can't hit. I'll tell you what. You know what, mate? I'm going to do you a solid. Give me back my email, please and thank you. We're going to discuss this. I'm not going to give you Clay Fisher. But, what if I offered you instead something more interesting? Who's in AAA, was it? What if I offered you Clough? Where are you, Cluffy? Here we go. Okay. Oh, but you know what? The biggest issue is he's going to take up a 40-man spot. You know, let's submit the offer. Just see what they think. And then let's see if there's anyone we can purge from the roster. I can solve this problem temporarily because I can place you on the disabled list. I'm not going to keep Ober. I'm not convinced. I think he is a nightmare pitcher in this ballpark. So I'm going to flip you. Remember, we're looking for prospect value, and I'm specifically looking for someone who's not going to cost me a 40-man spot. Really, nobody? Just out of curiosity, I'm looking to see why he's all of a sudden so unpopular. Okay, yeah, this doesn't solve my issue. Like, you're offering me good players that are potentially interesting. But all of them would cost me a 40-man roster spot. And I can just as easily just release him to clear him up. That's fine. Let's go and keep advancing up to the trading deadline. Okay. I'm going to complete the trade. I'm going to put him on the 40-man, and then I'm going to put him in AAA. He's insurance, basically. He's first base insurance. Now, you're another one I actually wouldn't mind trading. Because you, more than almost anyone, are not going to be a valuable piece to this offense. I really kept you because of your Major League service last season. I decided to give you another shot, and it just hasn't worked out for you. Mr. Bruhan, can I get anything of interest or value for you? I can guarantee you... No, you actually might not be. No, you are for Rule 5 eligible. Rule 5 eligible. Not Rule 5 eligible, I bet. Really? He's had 3 years as a professional. I'll be snookered. Okay. O'Neal Cruz is such a weird player that I'm not quite sure what to make of him. Might be best off as like a designated hitter or something. Whatever, man. Let's continue. I think that was a smart trade. I think we acquired a helpful piece, and we didn't give up much to get it. You guys keep tempted with Max Kepler. I am not giving up Bobby Witt Jr. Untouchable, please. If I grab Kepler and stick him in a DH... So for 2 years in a row, you've hit for enough average that the rest of your considerable talents have carried you over the hump. The question is, would you do that next year? Because I'm adding a fair bit of salary if I pick you up. And I'm giving away a pretty solid pitching prospect. And I can probably get more for him. Who's the real Max Kepler? 2022 or 2023? No, it's not on that page. You know what? It should be on this page. What are you doing? I don't like this track record. What this suggests to me is that he's been unusually lucky in 2021 and 2023, which happen to be his two best years. So in order to, admittedly, now let me be fair to the AI here. This is a pretty clear upgrade over Yasiel Puig. I might have actually pronounced the name correctly for the first time now. Don't worry, he won't be gone. He won't be here long. I just don't know. I don't know if I can trust these two performances. If all I was giving up was Puig, this would be a win. And I'd feel confident about making that decision. But you're also wanting a pretty good pitching prospect who will admittedly probably not flourish in Baltimore because bad movement, but maybe he would. Excuse me. What if we drop Guerrero? He's actually really close to taking just this deal because they're so desperate for salary cap relief. Not salary cap relief, but salary relief. What would I have to give you? Oh no, don't make me give you a catcher who can't actually catch. Look, this is a straight up good move. To the point where I'm not even going to kick down your door and ask you for other players. I'm just going to accept the trade. Kepler. Who's better in right? You or Larnach? You're much better in right. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do what's called a pro gamer move. I'm going to put Larnach as the DH now. And then I'm going to bring in Kepler to play right field. And this is like silly, right? But it's such a good idea for us. Anderson is not having a great season for us just yet, so I'm actually going to push Kepler ahead of you. And I think this is an ideal lineup. I truly do. Copy. No, sorry. Generate. Copy, copy, and I'm just going to paste it over here. And then bench coach, go nuts. Oh, sorry, I need you to generate the lineup too. I normally wouldn't bat Tim Anderson second, but you know what? You do you. I trust you. Okay. I think that was a pretty savvy move. It is going to reduce my payroll flexibility a tiny bit, unless I just take the team option. So we've got some options here. Let us continue, please. Clay Fisher is ready to come back. I'm going to demote Bruhan. He can't hit. Fisher can at least play a pretty competent shortstop. I really don't like that you do this, game. Please stop. Just stop. Let me remove you from the short lists because you're no longer that thrilling. Same for you. Look, once you're on the Major League roster, I don't really need you on the short list. There we go. Yeah. This works. Look, I get why they want Jaron Kendall to play because he's got this extra power and he's a really, really good outfielder. But he hasn't proved it in the majors yet. He's had very serious issues hitting in the and his minor league track record's not great either. So you can complain all you want to, mate. I'm not bending over backwards to give you a spot. We're on a bit of a slide. No, I don't need a starting pitcher. Like, I am perfectly happy to roll with Ivy and Syndergaard. But maybe I'm not. Who's next man up? Pierrette would be next, or Kate. I want him to get a full year in AAA, though, or full rest of the season in AAA. I want him to get a real chance on what it's like. I like how his arbitration estimate is slightly more money than he made the year before. Yeah, I gotta get rid of Tyler Ivy, too, I think. Do I have anyone currently on the... Yes, I have Manoa. I mean, he's nothing special. I think Tyler Ivy's time with us is done. He's so far done nothing to show me that he deserves a regular starting role on this club. I'm going to shop him any position for a starting pitcher. I'm going to see if I can turn Tyler Ivy's cheapness into an upgrade where I eat some salary. Trevor Williams is hurt. Andrew Heaney. He'd be an even worse choice for us. Noacy. Now, see, you're an interesting dude. I think you would be a good stopgap type starter on this team. Because you've got good control, good stamina, and good movement. I think you're better than Ivy. And then I can give another starter a chance to fill out the back end of the rotation. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make this trade flat out. I will see if we can get another prospect. But if we don't, that's fine. This is just Avi trying to make the most of a situation. You know, this is the exact kind of player I'd love to add to the team. Can I get Ian Moeller? Not a good deal. I could improve this deal and get a good catching prospect for a pitcher whose future is pretty terrible. What if I add him? You want a little bit more. All right. Nope. I don't want Aaron Nixon. Nope. Chase Roberts is an interesting... No, I'm not going to add anything else to it. You know what? This is fine to me. I'm taking a mediocre prospect. I'm adding somebody who makes us better right this second. And I'm getting a pretty nice catching prospect out of the deal, too. I don't know. Catcher's an area of strength for us. But it never hurts to add another top prospect. Because you never know if he's going to make it, right? Done. And then you, my friend, are immediately going into the rotation. Just without a hesitation whatsoever. It probably means Mancoa gets a start, which is fine. Or Manoa, or whatever. Manure. I think that's fine. I think I'm going to just go ahead and move on with my life now. I really am betting heavily on getting a quality pick with my number 10 pick. But it seems like I'm not losing much, and this also gives me the flexibility to potentially go after a free agent if I decide to do so. Some things are happening. Nothing too shocking. Lighter stuff just got better. Unreal. Hunter Brown. Okay. And I'm going to get an 11th round pick next year, which is completely fine. I think it's the right call. I think the next draft was deeper than this one. I'm okay with that. Let's move up to... Okay, Ryland Bannon can come up. Let's put him on a rehab assignment. Bannon, you picked the wrong year to get hurt, my friend. You picked the wrong year to get hurt. We're right in this for this last playoff spot. Okay, I am going to manually tell you. Damn it, Jack. No, I'm not doing it. Bench him for 14 days. I'd rather miss the playoffs than risk losing him long term. Yeah, just let him relax. I can always call up Kate. Okay, Zach Pop. Where are you, my friend? Here we go. Okay, he's in AAA. You know, he's a really good relief pitcher. And Aaron Fletcher figured his shit out. Okay, that's fine. Jordan Guerrero, let's get you back in a AAA. So we can get Zach Pop in. And then middle relief. Who's lighting you up? Okay, you're getting your clock cleaned if I let you face righties. You know what? You are only an anti-lefty pitcher now. Oh, no. Okay, you know what? This actually won't affect any of his actual capabilities. So let's just go ahead and let him play. Okay, Mr. Bannon. You'd like to come back? I mean, I don't know if I want you back or not, but we'll talk. I'm not that keen on him. I don't know that I'd want to give him away for nothing, but I'm not that keen on him. But I have a feeling if I waive him, I'll lose him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demote Clay Fisher. I'm going to promote Bannon. And then I'm going to instantly demote Bannon to AAA. And then I'm going to call up Fisher again. I'm just going to copy this depth chart and paste it over here. It's fine. Let's go ahead and let Sanchez play every 5th game. Let's give Rutschman a few more frequent breaks. Because Sanchez is a really damn good backup catcher. And I'm quite happy with that. And we can go up to roster expansion. Pitcher of the month, Jack Leiter. Oh, DL Hall. Nice. Trevor Larnach is the Rookie of the Month. Dan Lotz is having himself a good year in AAA. A very good year. Yeah, Lotz is killing it. I could do far worse than making you my everyday DH. Or even just a really, really good platoon partner for Mountcastle. I think he's going to be a nice piece to the puzzle next season. I would like to call up Kate as another option of the emergency starter variety. I really feel kind of guilty jerking around DeMarcus Evans, but it seems like he hits the big leagues and he comes unglued. Unlike Andrew Beckwith, who's actually been pretty successful. Go ahead and call him up. And again, we'll just let him fill out the back of the bullpen. We've got a month to play. Goodness knows we certainly haven't locked anything in yet. And his oblique is still bothering him. We're in a pennant race. You gotta play through it, my friend. Come on, just get me over the hump. Get me like... What do I need to make it 100%? My magic number is 12. And I get to play Toronto a lot, but that's actually not that great. Toronto's pretty tough this year. It seems pretty clear that I've got a really good shot at walking away with, at a minimum, a wild card. But we can't take that for granted. Especially because we've got so many head-to-head Why is Austin Martin coming up for me? Oh, you were someone I thought about drafting at one point. Yeah, well, I'm glad he turned out. Looks like Detroit's got themselves a nice third baseman. Come on, guys. I need you to come up big against the Yankees. Jose Castillo. Rehab, please. Or no, I'm just intentionally delaying decisions because I think I'm going to have some tough ones to make this offseason. Come on, no. We can't keep losing to the Yankees. If we're going to make the playoffs, we got to beat them. You've clinched a playoff spot. It's just going to come down to who gets a division and who gets a wild card. Any interesting player to... Ooh, look at Daniel Cabrera. He's improved nicely. Leiter improved. Pierre improved. DeMarcus Evans got worse, which is a shame. Brujan got worse. Podlo got slightly better. Some nice improvements there. Okay. Do we still have a chance at the division title? We do. We have to win and New York has to lose. We've got a much more difficult team. But we're in the playoffs, and that's what matters right now. Let's go ahead and finish the day. And we lost. But so did the Yankees. I don't know if it's going to go to a tiebreaker, if we're going to have a one more game playoff to determine if we can make it. Let me finish this day, and then I'm going to see how they're going to handle it. Okay, they're going to make me play New York. And who's up for us? Syndergaard. This is what I brought you in for the big games. This is a big game. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. We made the playoffs, but the real question is... No, the Yankees beat us. Well, shit. Alright. Playoff roster, I think, is fine. No changes need to be made there, really. And you know what? I don't mind leaving Manoah off the roster in exchange for a bit of a better reliever. 4-man rotation for the playoffs. Noesi, you're going to be long relief emergency starter. And yeah. Now, because the episode's already run a little on the long side, I am not going to play out this game, or any game in this postseason. But the next chance we get, I will play out a game in the postseason, just so that we can see it. But I think for this season, you know what? Anything can happen. Get him, Jack. Ooh, nice. at this. This is not fair for the other guys. Look at this. Jack Leiter, first overall pick, plays one season in the minors, never above high A, and wins a playoff game with the highest strikeout to walk ratio in the major leagues. That's nuts. Let's actually take a moment and let's reflect on what went well this season before we progress further. Okay, Adley Rutschman, incredible. Super, super good. Max Kepler, he kept it going. He kept it going and ended up with 35 combined home runs this season. Nice. Trevor Larnach, his first full year in the majors, he didn't disappoint. Luis Garcia, everyone contributed in a positive way. Tim Anderson's on the bust side, actually. Which is something of a tragedy. What did I give up for him? Cedric Mullins. Okay. How'd he finish out his year? Pretty badly. Daniel freaking Cabrera. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I said we needed another impact bat in the lineup, and we found it. What a major league debut you've had. Good stuff. Mr. Mountcastle, a good season. Maybe not perfect, but a good season. He hit for power, which is what we expected. He got enough contact to not embarrass himself. Played reasonably good first base. I can dig it. Let's look at our pitching stats now. Let's try the pitchers, shall we? Jack Leiter was amazing, as was Edwin Diaz. We got quality contributions from the other starters and some others of our relievers. Noah Syndergaard, look. They can't all be winners. We made it to the division series, my friends. We made it to the division series. And our reward for that is playing the Angels, who are extremely scary to me. We'll see what happens. Nice. Very good start. Syndergaard shit the bed in game 2. I can't say I'm surprised. We barely eke out a victory here. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the 9th. Who was the big hero? I wonder. What happened? Geraldo Perdomo drew a walk. A single by Jaron Kendall. Double play by Rutschman. But then Ryan Mountcastle hit a pretty damn solid single. Nice. Lighter up, Lighter. Nice. Oh. We really hit the snot out of baseballs in this series. We really, truly did. Don't make me play the Yankees again. God damn it. I'm going to play the Yankees again, aren't I? Get her, Syndergaard. You know what? I'll take it. Mwah. Jack Leiter. It is not fair that you're this good this young. Look at this. 2 hits, 11 strikeouts, a single walk. It's beautiful. It is truly an awe-inspiring performance. They come back in Game 3. And they smack the crap out of us in Game 4, which is not ideal. And Syndergaard shits the bed again. And Leiter, you did what you could. You had a rough game. The bullpen held it together. And then the bottom of the 14th, we couldn't control Gary Sanchez. That's a real shame. That is a real shame. I'm a little upset about that. We had so much momentum to start out with this, and it was Syndergaard. He sucked really badly. Like, he gave up 16 bloody hits and 4 home runs. Damn it, Syndergaard. Go Brewers. Yes, well, I don't care. Guys, this is bullshit. I should not be required to put him back on the 40-man until the end of the season. But here we bloody are. You know what? Rehab assignment. That's what it's for. God damn it. Fine. Put him on the 40-man. Put him in AAA. Come on, Brewers. Beat the Yankees. They have my number this year. They really did. Yes! Screw you, Yankees. Screw you. I feel like it was a really good series. I'm actually quite impressed. All right. We got some decisions. Did you opt out? Dude. Damn it. I was hoping that Syndergaard would be fooled. He wasn't. And he gave up nearly 50 homers. At least the Mets are still paying for him to suck for me. Tim Anderson. $14 million is an awful lot to pay for you. I think I have to avoid it. Max Kepler. I think I bring back. made the playoffs, like the upgrade in left field. What? I only have 2 prospects in the top 10. Before we end the episode, let us find a new team trainer. I think Gene Basham is probably the best of these choices here. That seems like a good choice. And then I had one other position to fill, didn't I? Yes, I need a new manager for my A-League team. I could get Kevin Cash. But you know what? As we close out this episode, let's not forget, this is a really young team. We'll be back. I feel pretty confident that we will be back. I will be back. And we still have all this money to play with. So, let's think and make a decision right now before we end the episode. Did Noah Syndergaard have a bad year and is therefore going to improve next season? Or is he a millstone that we need to get rid of as soon as we can? I don't know the answer to that yet, but there's a couple of things that mitigate against getting rid of him. Number 1, he's still only 31. And number 2, we're not footing the whole bill. I think we wait. And I think this offseason, we're going to prioritize a really good starting pitcher. Because that's what got us in the end. I think our lineup is fine. I truly believe that. With Max Kepler, Bobby Witt's going to be knocking on the door any day now. I think Perdomo is still worth one more season. But maybe not. I think we've got a great heart of the order. And it's not like Tim Anderson's production won't be missed. I just don't think he's worth $14 million. And Luis Garcia continues to develop. Now, this discipline has to get better. I think that is his biggest weakness right now. The rest of his game is there. He's a very good second baseman. We can get Daniel Corona over at short. That's going to fill... You know what? Is Daniel Corona ready for the big leagues? First of all, friend, you are not... I'll worry about it later. Hendricks, how did your adventure in A-ball go? Man, you are not taking to the professional baseball at all. Damn. I'm just going to keep you in A-ball. And we're going to the point where I'm going to have to make a very uncomfortable decision about you. But you're just not making it. Hancock still has so much room to grow. Where's Corona? Did he get hurt? No, he didn't get hurt. Oh, here he is. He just turned 20. I gotta keep you hitting, my friend. Until you get to that consistent hitting ability that I know you're capable of, I can't promote you just yet. I hope you'll understand. Right. Let us end the episode here. We've got to pick up, I think, at least 2 more outstanding players to actually let us make the playoffs again next season. It could also just be promoting Bobby Witt Jr., but to be quite frank, before he can reach his full potential, he's got to figure out how to hit. So I'm going to keep him in the minors for another season. Obviously, I'll put him on the 40-man. I'd be stupid not to. I think maybe we just waive a few folks, actually, to end this episode. Let's do that. Whitley, Evans, and Oak. No, let's at least trade the ones that we know we don't want. Let's try to get some kind of value out of them. But that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series thus far. If you have, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.